Hey everybody. I don't normally make these kind of videos or anything like this, so just bear with me here. Um, I just wanted to get them on here and kind of talk about something that happened around Christmas time. I was inquiring about a few things through Binks refinishing, and I got to talking with the nice lady, and she was taking care of me and everything on email and phone, and we got to talking back and forth. And I just started opening up to her a little bit on how I kind of started this career and what got me into it and why I was so passionate about their brand and what they sell and all their tools and all that. And I got to talking about it to her, and going back to when I was really little, that's kind of how I cut my teeth in learning this trade, was with old DeVilbiss paint guns, sometimes gravity feed, sometimes siphon feed. My dad was very, very thorough with his refinishing, and he held all of his credits to the fact that he used DeVilbiss and Binks and all that equipment. Now, again, like I said, he was really big into that brand, and that's what he basically got me started with using. And it just became natural. It just didn't feel right with any other gun, regardless of what was at the time. For those that do know me, my dad had run a bad luck with health, and it was always our dream when I got getting serious with this when I was growing up, that we were going to have a father-son body shop, and the education and everything started getting more serious. Well, didn't end up that way. So unfortunately, he wasn't able to be a part of this dream, so I kept going with it. Went to school, different opportunities through there. I went to a collision repair through Southwestern Community College, and then I went down to work into a trade school and started learning the other side of things. And they were using whatever, sawdust at the time. And I was having moderately good success with them and everything, but it just never felt natural. And always felt kind of off, didn't feel right to me. Until I got the opportunity down at the trade school, which was Northwest Technical School, to compete for skills, and I got the opportunity to use some of the more up-and-coming DeVilbiss Technas, specifically the copper, and I just fell in love with it. It just felt like my dad's old GTI over again, and I just so happened to get the opportunity to showcase my abilities, and I won and went on to the next competition, and I think I would have took, I believe, 7th in the state of Missouri at that time frame, which is not where I wanted to be, but I was pretty proud of myself for making the top 10. And then fast forwarding and everything, I've just been with them since. And to this day, I just continued buying them and buying them. I got all the opportunities to pick these guns up over the years, and I just can't say anything negative about any of it. And I was telling this lady about this, and she was just kind of tickled death about my story and everything. And to the point where I was inquiring about some parts, and we went from that to getting an email later on that evening, I believe. And she was asking me some questions about some sales merchandise or something like that. And I didn't think much of it. But Christmas Eve, I had a bunch of stuff dropped off at my house. And I gotta tell you, I'm not one of those types of people that get the opportunity to get anything showcased for me, or really ever give a handout, nor will I accept one half the time. But I gotta say, that meant the world to me, that this brand acknowledged the fact that how sentimental I was towards them, they don't know me from Adam, but this nice lady gave me the opportunity to tell my story, and it sunk in with her, and she, I guess, made an impact in them to the point where they sent it up the pipeline and gave me a bunch of stuff. And I just want to come up on here, like, as hard as this is for me, because this is my first ever like live video or whatever, and just kind of spitball and say I just greatly appreciate what Binks DeVilbiss, all that has done for me, and not only for me but my father, and what that has done for us. I will always forever be grateful for that act of kindness that they showed in me for that. I just wanted to come on here and just show my appreciation. This is the best way I could possibly do it. I just continue to keep using their products, whether it be dryer systems, floor cleaner, or whatever the case is, especially guns. And I will always continue to work with them, because it's not just for brand loyalty. It's every time I hold that gun, regardless of what shape and model it is, the curvature always feels like just the first days of starting out. And a little bit of it always feels like as soon as I get going with it, it's just a warmth in my hand, and I turn it around and I just feel like my dad's with me right there. So for that, I greatly appreciate everybody at Binks Refinishing. I just wanted to let them know they got a lifer with me. Thank you, guys. And not only may I add that my father was very loyal to them, and that's how he was set in his ways and just liked. He kind of started out the same way. My grandpa wasn't 110%, I guess what you'd call all in with the business or anything, but he dabbled in quite a bit of it. And from what I've always been told and understood, he was always kind of passing the torch down, so to speak, when he was using guns and stuff like that. The old siphon feeds, obviously, and all that. That's how my dad kind of started with that, as well as working at a body shop there in his local town when he was growing up as a little boy. They were using those as well. So this ain't just father-son deal when it comes to that. It's a long lineage of it, and just huge impact that they took the time and sent all that out, and nonetheless on Christmas Eve. And I'm not coming on here and knocking any other brands or running anybody down. I've used a lot of other people's materials and things like that, and other tools and whatnot, and everything's been great. Everything's different for everybody else. But when I say these guns just feel like an extension of my hand, that's the best way I can describe it. It might not be for everybody. Sadas might not be for everybody. DeVilbiss might not be for everybody. Awadas might not be for everybody. But to those that connect to them, it's their livelihood. So again, I appreciate everybody hanging out and listening to all this. Sorry I'm butchering it all, but I just needed to give this company their flowers and just show how much I appreciate everything they've done for me. And if this could possibly get back to them, and I'll try to find the names of the people that gave me the emails and put it in the link and the for you or whatever you call that. I'd greatly appreciate it if everybody that could just take a moment, maybe share it, possibly get it back to them and show how much I did appreciate it. And I hope everybody enjoyed this as bad as it probably was, and have a good evening. God bless. Thank you.